Let's get everything set up. Let's go here. All right. Mic test test. All right, cool. Chat is up. Let's try this. There we go. Cool. All right, let's get started. A little late to the game, but that's just because we went out to eat today. Look at that shot, though. Isn't that just a great shot? Yeah? I'm Batman. All right. So, we have aluminum all set and ready, right? Now, we need to make some improvements. One set of improvements are gonna be, well, we need to run this, get rid of those, have those feed in. But if we want more things running through this, we're gonna need to improve this line. Do I need to? Not really, but I like to. And we have the capability to, so I want to. Let's go in our little dark hole here. And because there's other stuff we need to run through here, like the Quicksilver and the AI limiters, and then we also need to make the other computer chip thingies, because we need those. But before we do all of that, we need to improve our fuel depot, fuel factory. There we go. That's going now. Super fast. Oh, the sweet sounds of Satisfactory. Lost my groove there. There we go. Is this side wider than that side? Nah, it just doesn't look it. There we go. Now, even if we add anything to that side, we shouldn't have to worry about any clogging, because it's just gonna yank it right out. Okay, let's head to our fuel depot. Looks like we might be able to meet the train, ride the train down, so we'll do that. How are things looking here? I still have some hiccups. What kind of hiccups? I don't know. Is it too much? Is that what's going on? We have 5 per. Ah. What is it because? It's because of computers, huh? Mm-hmm. It is because of computers. We'll have to figure that out later, how we can fix that. Okay. Hop in a ride. Can I get on the front? I want to ride on the front. Yeah, much later my normal start, so we'll see how things go. See if I pick up traction as we go. Whee! God, how terrifying would this be? Sitting on the front of a train? Well, that actually might not be too terrifying. Like, you know it's going. They don't brake super hard. Just kind of sit there and relax. Might be pretty cool. Might be kind of windy. I think this train reaches like 120 kilometers, which is quite quick. It's like we're roughly like, what, 65 miles an hour or something like that. Better than being on top of it, though. You know what else I want? I want underground trains. That's what I want. Wouldn't it be cool to make like a subway station or having it go through the water? I think that'd be pretty cool. Okay. Ooh, got some speed boost off of that. All right, we have some improving to do. So here's one of them. So what we're probably gonna do, one line at a time, right? Let's work on... So we're probably gonna get rid of the top row, right? We're solely gonna focus on the bottom, but what I'll do first is I'm gonna pull this out so that way I start filling up, and I'm gonna start improving this long rail first. How much is it per line? About 25, 28? I have 13 Mercer spheres. I wonder if I can alien tech, increase dimensional depot. So we need 103 SAM fluctuators. We should be syncing those. Yep. Alright, and alien tech, SAM fluctuators, start research.
Dimensional expansion increased to 300%. New understanding of matter manipulation technology allows the dimensional storage to deconstruct all matter to the subatomic level, storing its elementary particles until the part is recalled.
There we go.
Deeper layers, shallow matter contains window symphonies and void songs and deep echoes.
It is fascinating what one can find out simply by looking closer.
How do we want to deal with that? Will it snap to it? No way. That won't work. It's doing something. There we go. Those are zooming in super fast. It will screw up our stuff here in a minute, but that's fine. All we gotta do... Well, I think I can get away with making these Mark IV instead of Mark V, yeah? They don't really need to be Mark V, but I would like them to pull at a hefty speed. Did y'all see that? That could actually cause problems. There we go. There's another one. There's a few other ones. Damn, that's not good. How did y'all get on those lines? Oh well, we'll figure it out. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. I think whatever I did, it didn't actually connect. Yeah, see? Uh-huh. That was my screw up right there. But that's gonna clog that whole line. Okay, that's the last one this way. Luckily we have power to spare, so if we do one line at a time, it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Just what I'm assuming happened is one container made it all the way back and it's clogging the line. And we need to make sure to get all of them, or else they're just going to continue clogging the line. So we're going to make our way through and fix our screw up. You in here? Yep. No, not you. I need you. There we go. Alright. Let's break this top part. Going to splitter one. It's been a while since I've been over here. I don't know how to maneuver around it. 2, 3. 5. Okay, there we go. We've lost a bit of water on top, but that's fine. We can feed it back into the system. Oh, we have a jam. Another jam from another container that made it through. There we go. Did I get it? Nope. Got it that time. Man, there's still containers that snuck its way through because I screwed up. No, get back here. This is fine though, it's just gonna take a minute to fix. You have one in there too. No, darn it. Okay, those are flowing. Good thing is I need to switch all these anyway, so if I just do this... Oh, there went one. It'll fix There went one right there. There went two. How are they still coming? There's no way they should still be coming. I'll break them all if I have to. I need to go back to the front. Yeah, they're still throughout the whole line. So there's still a screw up somewhere. I still messed up somewhere and it needs fixed. This line over here. There it is. It's still connected wrong. Right there. That's all you needed. Okay. Let's slap those back in there. Good thing is, if I do this, it should replace them, right? To get rid of them? Nope. So I basically have to get rid of all of these. Yeah, the second I saw it trying to go into each other, I shouldn't have believed it. Should have known something was amuck. I think that's that entire line, though. I'm going to destroy everything that has one, and we're just going to rebuild back out. It's the best way to make sure we get them all. Jeez, and they were just about in everything. There. That should be all of them. So let's put the Mark 5s back. What are you? Okay. Okay. Really sucks. This is a mistake that shouldn't have happened. Shouldn't have happened. I should have been paying more attention. But it's okay, because we'll get it fixed. Let's slap all the water in there. Okay, welcome to my nightmare fuel. Slap all those in there. Why not? Okay. There to there. Get over there. There we go. Straight. There we go. And there. Almost. There we go. Now that should start flowing again. There we go. Oh yeah, they're moving quick. Let's get rid of this top row. Maybe we can add some. You guys are still low? Yeah? I got you. Hopefully this doesn't oversaturate it full of canisters. Oh, shoot. I think I did it again. There we go. This is not supposed to be connected. The good thing is I don't think it really went anywhere, and if they did, not too many of them got through. If they did, they're right at the end. Yep, because I have skills. Skills to screw up my own base. There we go. Okay. You know, this was supposed to be like an easy, like, upgrading, and I have just made it so much more complicated for myself. Yeah, I think packaged water is supposed to be better on trains, right? Like, overall. Oh, have you seen my full design on this? And had I explained why it wasn't working properly? So, it works good, but not perfect. You see how I have this long row, and then the last three are different? I did the same thing on this side, but these three, and then the long row. One tank is 8 minutes worth of water. One car full of packaged water is 18 hours. Yeah, I figured as much. But because I have these interlocking rail systems, the top rail at sometimes would have too much packages while the bottom has not enough. And then vice versa sometimes, so it just wouldn't run smoothly. But now that I'm getting everything fixed to where I can do it with just one rail, it should run 10 times smoother. Alright, so these fuel in and then they come out over here. So we need to make this one line. I won't be able to improve those in there, but it should be fine. As long as they're not like a Mark 1. You ran with that in pure ingots? Yeah. It was like, I wasn't really understanding why it just wasn't running perfectly like it should be until I just kind of theorized, like, because I have two lines of separate speeds kind of feeding into each other, that one line at one point would have more than the other, causing a backload. How much are these pumping out? 60 per minute. So again, I don't need them at 100. Probably just 120. And leave the rest at what they're at. There we go. Things are starting to smooth out. Just even split everything after that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing now. Now that I have these aluminum rails, I should be able to easily just stack them all into one. And then I can feed however many canisters that I need. Those are returning canisters. And I really want to know what my maximum output for my large containers are. Or my fuel depot. I want to see what it's actually supposed to be working at. Looks like you guys are still being fed in, so I'm going to follow you guys and make sure you feed in properly. See where your split still is, because you should be the last split. that I need to worry about. Because I worried about the outbound for the water, and then the inbound and outbound for the packaged water and the fuel. Now I just need the inbound for here. Oh, that's just a whole different line. I'm on this line. Okay. I got just set up and run some turbo motors, and that can produce the phase 4 items, nuclear pasta and thermo propulsion rocket, and phase 4 is complete. Jeez, man. Just leave me in the dust. Did I improve that to Mark 5? No, I did not. That needs to be done. There we go. Mark 5, Mark 5. Now we're flowing. I feel like I'm still gonna need a lot of canisters. Okay, so that is the inbound for this side. So let's start working on that. Take out the top row. There we go. $15 late to being live. Thank you, bro. See you later. Yeah, you missed me completely stumble earlier, which was actually kind of funny. Woo. No, let the canisters go. There we go. Okay, now we gotta break this top part. 1, 2, 3. And, oh, missed one. And then, let's see, splitter. Where do you go, splitter? You're not gonna connect right? It's because I'm not up here? Why is this sometimes it snaps and sometimes it doesn't? It's kind of annoying. You stay right there for a minute while I fix this. So I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way since nothing wants to snap. Bam. Bam. Then we break. Break, break, break. 4. 4. That there. Yep. Last but not least. There we go. And then, oh, that needs to be changed. So row needs to be changed. And somehow I was working on line 1 and line 2 at the same time. So, fixing that. There we go. That should run a lot smoother. How we looking? Okay, let's follow this whole line. And make sure we're on a single line. Yep. Alright. One single line. All upgraded. Of course not. There we go. Now it's all upgraded. Okay. Now that that's all great upgraded, you know, I wish Great Red was here. He'd be telling me to he'd be telling me to start flooding it with containers. Okay. Let's finish up this last bit. And there we go. All right. So we got that done, and then we gotta hop over here, and we gotta get all of these. Because those stop running because they can't get rid of their containers. So now the containers are gonna flow out. All those are upgraded. Good. They upgraded here. Yes. Okay. Let's get rid of all the containers here. Because we shouldn't... Yeah, they're not even running anymore, so we can go ahead and break them. So one thing I kind of learned the hard way was you will at some point have to break your facilities just to make them better. And that's a Mark V. Good. There we go. Now it's all one single line. Let's shove all these in here, and that should help the line. Those are all Mark IV. They need to be Mark V. Those are Mark V. Good. Mark V, Mark V, Mark IV. No. There we go. Now they're flowing. It's almost no gap, too. Okay. All these are Mark V, right? Yeah, they're all Mark V. Yep. Okay, so that might take a minute to kind of work itself out, we might need more containers. There is quite a bit of gap there. Do we have any fix-it tickets on us? We do. We have one. So let's go ahead and use that one to get us a few more containers. Canisters.
Use of these products invalidates any warranty. Function
see the
not
gaps?
guaranteed.
We don't want gaps. Bam. That's going to feed 100 more into the system. No, that might screw up my water. I don't want to screw up the water. The water is at a nice and healthy flow. I wish I could see that. It should at least be a Mark 1. It is. I wish I could get it up to at least a Mark 2, but I kind of screwed myself. So actually... could I go below it with that? Because I don't want to break it. I want it to keep flowing. If I go below it, can I get that rail? Is it just so small that I can't fit something in there? Ah, you suck. Probably just need more canisters, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm seeing gaps even there. We do have. Yeah, see, we're just still not getting enough, huh? That's fine. It's still hooked up somewhere over here, I believe. There it is. Let's get that. Logistics. Yep, conveyor throughput. What are we sitting at? 570. And I think we need like 700 something. What do we got? 60. We need like 660. That's what it is. 660. What are we sitting at? Still not enough. We're looking in the 500s. Yeah, we need a lot more canisters. So we might need to we can also run this better. Let's do that real quick. This is just going to help with this output. See how it's still kind of spotty? That's going to slow everything down. Wow, we have a lot of plastic and rubber going. We really need to redo this too. It's so bad. So bad. Okay. What to do? That's flowing good. Changed all those to Mark 5, except for that one. Really pulling them by the time they get there. Okay. How do we make canisters again? Just needs plastic. So instead of feeding it in there, we're gonna feed it in here. Max it out. Sommerslew to it. Yeah, yeah. And this will give us all the canisters we need. And this is temporary, so it's not that big of a deal. Now we need power to it. Station. You. Bam. Alright, pump out my 300 per minute. I feel like I need to split these to where they're not going into one single line. I mean, in actuality, I need to redo this whole thing. It's so ugly, it hurts. It hurts my face. I hate it. Okay, that should be making a ton. So let's take those two. Look at all that encased industrial, man. Jeez. From turning all that Mark 4 into Mark 5, I'm gonna have so much encased industrial. Alright, what's going on? Do we have too many canisters? It's just not moving fast enough? Let's see. Because you should be moving at 60 per minute. Is there a slowdown somewhere? Mark 4s. There are. I never increased this? Oh, well, no wonder. There we go. That should start flowing better. Improve that, improve that. Okay, good. Oh yeah. Look at that, nice and clean. Maybe I won't need more canisters for this one. We do need to let them to run the course though as it empty those out. And I caused myself so much trouble. Oh yeah, that's flowing pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Still some gaps, so we'll throw this in there and we'll throw these in there and then it should be good. Double check, make sure they're all Mark 5 in here. Okay. Yep, we're good. We're good. That row is good. Let's start on the next row. So we're starting on the outbound for the water. Doop boop. Why do I have like... Why's my Discord going crazy? Who's messaging me? Oh. Nothing. Okay. Ooh, it's almost like I added too much, but it'll flow. It'll flow. Yeah, it's getting them out. It's just gonna be a lot for a minute. Let it do it. Let it do its thing. It's gotta rotate everything out. And if there's too much, we can always take them. Okay, I believe this whole row should be nice and good. I am starting to fill up an encased industrial beams. That row is looking better. Still some gaps, and I wonder if that's because those in-between parts are Mark 1 and not a higher mark, or if it's just me. Alright, now all these should be Mark 5. This should be all good. Yeah, Mark 5. Yeah, because I already accidentally did this one when I didn't need to. Okay, Mark 5. Let's add containers. Let's get the water back flowing into it. Might not be able to get all the water back into it for now. Okay, so that's in. Now we work on the outbound. Outbound is still Mark 5 on everything. Mark 5, Mark 5, Mark 5, Mark 5, Mark 5. Good. Okay, I think the last thing we gotta fix on that one is the outbound. Nope, that's already fixed, but it doesn't look Mark 4. Is that what the deal is? Yep. That whole row. Okay. We're running out of space already. Lots of materials. Crazy amount of materials, really. Ooh, these are all Mark IV too. I'm gonna have to go back and fix all of them. Let's go ahead and finish this off first, and then we'll go back. Break that. 4, Mark 4. Sorry, Mark 5. Wonder how far back I might have to go. The entirety? Wow. Say this though, this line looks good. It is a little finicky, so I wonder if something's screwing them up slowly. Alright, don't get ahead of ourselves. Let's make sure we finish that line. The way. Yep, and I know we got all those. Okay, let's head back. It's actually working fantastically. I might not need to add any more. We will add these 8 though. It is a little jammed. I'm gonna take these, split them, throw them in. Just because I feel like it's just a little too much. And that should help. Okay, make sure all these are Mark 5, and then we'll start on the other part. Yep, Mark 5 all the way. Oh, there's a little bit right there. That's done. Are these all Mark 4? Mark 5? Need to make sure. Yep. Okay. Yeah, those are running pretty smooth. That second line is running a lot smoother than that first line. I might need to take another 50. Ooh. Still getting some stutter on that one too. But that's fine. A little stutter is fine as long as everything's running smooth. And what about these? I'm sure that now that those are running smoother, we're getting a lot more fuel coming through, which means this is running smoother. Yep. Yeah, see that line? A lot more smooth on the top. Closer to 48. We still have some that are dropping, but that could be the engines further down. I doubt it's any of these. Yeah, you're full. Yeah, see that one stopped. You're nearly full. Are you still sitting around 3? Yep. Very consistently at 3.1 it resets. Okay. 1. Line 2 should be good too. It might still be catching up fuel-wise. So I saw some yellow down here. Yeah, it's just not. What if we put it on standby? Put those on standby, let them fill up a little bit more. Yeah? Prep the pipe a bit. Didn't seem to be any delay. 93, 92, 93, 92. I mean, if I take them, see how that does. $60 per minute. So 60 per minute is just a Mark 1. So if I switch these to Mark 1 so they're not like spewing into the line should run better, right? Should help them run a little smoother. There we go. That's running better. Okay, now that this is running better, there should be better performance in the pipes. Meaning I should be able to turn these ones back on. Yeah, we got some buildup in here, so turn him back on. And I believe it was you that I turned off? No? That one. Now it should run good. Yeah, there we go. Now that line's starting to look a lot more pretty. Do the same with this one. Let some fuel build up in there. Constantly sitting at 50. Nice. That's what we want. Good, good, good. Not much in there because it's all going in here, but once it reaches 50, look at those lines. They're looking a lot smoother. 50. Now this should start filling up. Good. There we go. Now things are running better. Alright, we can go ahead and turn this back on. 50. 50. And that'll stay right there. Nice and prepped. Let's see. Yep, that pipe is still nice and full. Still running at 50. Still running at 50. Running strong. Alright, let's get 3, 4, and 5 done. Still got a lot of work ahead of us. Before I do that, though, I need to do something. We can do it right here. Put a nice little industrial storage. Alright, now we put in industrial storage. Okay. We should be able to link it there. Nope. There. Nope. There. Yeah. Alright. We have a ton of junk we are getting from breaking stuff down. Stuff we don't need. So we're gonna toss them away. There we go. That's gonna feed them in there. Wow, that's zooming. Yeah. 720 per minute. Okay. Still kind of janky, but it's fine. It's running how it should be. It's just canisters are running a little janky. Same's happening here, but it's fine. Everything's working fine. Mm-hmm. Good, good. Alright, now for part 3. Has it always been bent like that? I don't think they're supposed to be. I think they're supposed to be nice and straight and pretty. Why is it sideways? Regardless, we're gonna fix it right now. So, we are just like last time. Brake. There we go. I am going to brake and brake because these are not where they're supposed to be, and that's going to bother me. We only needed to go up 2 this time. Straight. There we go. Now it's straight. Alright, let's... Oh, I did rounded instead of... straight. There we go. Oh, almost fell off. I wonder how often people do this. Like, for me, this is the first time actually getting to a point where I can improve my base. Was that a spot I could build? No, it wasn't. Okay. I say base, but my factory. Okay, everything's already flowing in there, so we can break that, break that. Mark 5. Mark 5 all the way. Did have a ton of canisters come out, so we're gonna slap some in. Okay. Now we gotta deal with the outbound. Was that like double? No, okay. Alright, now we do it again. Alright. This line is almost done. Oops. I got impatient. There we go. Ah, still gotta do this. This is probably the most complicated part of this. Break all these. Break. Break. And break. Okay, logistics splitter. And good. Nope, that's not right. There we go. Yep, and there we go. And then change all these. Probably don't need to, but we're going to anyways. Could very well screw up our stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. Why is that paused? Do you just have so much running through it that's still catching up? Oh, it's probably because of this. We just don't have enough flowing down. Nope. Nope. There we go. You can go there. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. We're gonna have to give that a good minute to do its thing. Coming almost to a complete halt though. We need to make sure we got this whole line. It's almost like I did it so right that it's not running correctly. Oh, everything's Mark 5. Just got a lot of packaging. So if we go like this, it should help it out. Probably help it out. Let's do this. Okay. Got to change all these to Mark 5. That should help. Whee. Where's our little measuring guy at? I want to make sure we're doing everything at the right speed. Where is it at? Did I break it off? Probably. That's fine. We can put a new one. Alright, what are we at? We need to be at least 600. 660. Cool. Let it calibrate because we really only need 600 per minute. So that means we could take 60 off. But let's let it calibrate. Let's see what it's doing. We'll go from there. I really do feel like they could have done a middle conveyor belt, because this does 480, right? And then this jumps to 780. Like, where's like 660, you know? Good morning, Mateo. How are you, sir? What is it, like 4 in the morning for you? Yeah, 660. So we could take 60 of these guys and be good. 6:30 in the morning. Getting ready to study, getting ready for class. Yeah, but really all that 660 will do is fix those little stutters. Does it still say 660 on this side too? Yeah, we're back here. Now that we have aluminum being made, we can make Mark V belts. So I'm in the process of improving the belts to be one single belt line. Yeah, Mark V. Ooh, shiny. So you missed the like epic screw up I did earlier. You know how like the inbound and outbound on the water, the splitters and mergers were like right next to each other? Well, somehow I accidentally merged an outbound canisters or inbound canisters with outbound water. So I had a line that had both canisters and water. So I essentially had to redo that entire line because there was canisters everywhere, jamming everything. It was good times. 660. So that's exactly how much we need for everything. So okay. What about the other ones? Are they also reading 660? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was terrifyingly terrifying. And I'm producing a bunch of canisters right now, and I'm thinking I've learned that I really don't need to. Because these are running perfect now. I think this one still has too much canisters in it. Either there's too much canisters, or there's a Mark IV belt somewhere that's screwing everything up. I'm also thinking I need to change these to Mark I, because I did that with the other ones and it helped out actually dramatically, because they're trying to spit these in here super fast, and changing things to Mark I on the other ones actually helped out because it kind of slowed them down a bit, which allowed them to feed out better. Flood it? No, we're not going to flood it. We're not going to flood it. I can already see flooding it being a bad thing. But yeah, changing these to Mark 1s slows them down coming out, makes them feed out faster. See, now this guy's already dumping them a lot faster than... Trust me. There we go. There we go. I could actually probably take these. I am a doctor in engineering. I mean, flooding probably would not kill it. It would just have a lot of this stuttering, because only 660 are going to be coming through at one time. So see, but now that I took some canisters, it's running a lot smoother. I don't want to take too much, so I'll take this. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Actually, that's fine. There we go. Take half. An undergrad Satisfactory course. I wonder if I would pass it. I wonder how they would like my little factory, fuel factory build. Ooh, why is that yellow? Why are you yellows? Why are all of you yellow? Oh, I know one thing why it might be yellow. Never mind, I have no idea why it's yellow. Are we just not getting enough water? It's only on one. Oh shoot, I'm out of fuel. Ow. I just did redo you, so it's probably gonna take a minute for you to... And another thing that I'm worried about, which I could fix right now, is my byproduct might be getting overwhelmed because now I'm actually producing a lot of byproduct. No? It's just being extra, is all. It does make me think there's a belt somewhere, because those are running great, but for some reason these ones are running a little rough. You see how those are like almost empty? I know what I'll do. I'll go this way and see if I see any. You know what else I don't know? Well, it wouldn't work over there, so I'll go this way looking for Mark 5, right? Or anything lower than Mark 5. And then once I make a full loop, I'll go the other way and see if there's any Mark 5. Lower. I can word anything lower than Mark 5. I don't know. This one's still seeming weird, and I've taken big chunks out of it, and I shouldn't need to take too much more out of it. Mark 5, yeah. Problems are you guys running into? Too much? Okay, let's do our due diligence before we hop anywhere else. Make sure I see all Mark 5. Yep, all Mark 5. Okay. I just feel like somewhere there's a Mark 4 belt, and I'm going to find it. Mark 5. Never glared at a 5 so strongly in my life. Yep, Mark 4, right there. You're the freaking problem. I knew it. I knew something had to be weird. Makes sense now. I remember that. Watch, everything's gonna immediately start running smoother. What do you need? You need water? I can give you some water. You go and take some water. Take some water. Let's get you running. What was wrong with you? Absolutely nothing. You're just being a butt. Actually, adding the water might have screwed it up. Alright, well, we solved that Mark IV problem. It's going to take a minute for everything to even out, but I'm going to still do my due diligence and check the rest of it, just to make sure there's not another Mark IV somewhere screwing everything up. But the problem really wasn't on this side. This side seemed to have been running fine, but we just weren't exhausting our empty canister. Yeah, look at it. It's running so much smoother now. It's starting to catch up to itself. There it goes. Okay. Cool. That'll catch up to itself. Oh, look at the fuel. It's hurting so bad. Everything's turning on and off over there. I hate to see it. Well, these ones are running smooth. See, that side's starting to run smoother. This side's starting to run smoother. It's just gonna take a minute. It's just gonna take a minute. It'll even itself out. Let's let it be, and we'll come back to it. We'll start the next row. Let's see, what can we get rid of? Keep the canisters. Get rid of all that. And that's it for now. Will you get something for... I think I already did it, but don't you unlock something for like fixing a hard drive? I think I already unlocked it though. Okay. Yep, things are already starting to run smoother. Good. Alright. Let's start on the next part. We'll start from here. Do our thing. Destroy these belt lines so they're not in the way. I'm gonna go ahead and slow these down. I think in the future I'm gonna pay more attention to that on inbound and outbound. If it only needs 60, having only 60 go in, especially on the outbound. It seems more important on the outbound. Okay, I just want to make sure. Alright, we get to do this little loop-de-loop again. But luckily we only have to do it one more time. And then... we can find out what we want to do next. Maybe see if we can make... I mean, we might have to start on our, what you call it? Rocket fuel facility? Are we even ready to take on that venture? Okay, that's all done. But yeah, it was like right here. I tried to hook this to this, and instead it looped around and hooked to that. Ah, it created such a freaking mess, man. Okay, there we go. We got that all connected. Let's go ahead and break that. It can finish off that while I work on this. That way I don't pick up too much more water than I need to. I am starting to run low on aluminum, so I might have to take a minute and check everything. Everything built between the lift and the first merger? I believe so, but let's double check. This guy down here? Yeah. Oh, that's the third one. We need the fourth one. Yeah, I got him. I got him. I appreciate your eyes. I miss your eyes. I miss your eyes. There's a lot of things that I missed on some things, like making aluminum, that I could have used your eyes for, man. I could have. Coulda. Alright, everything's running smooth for now. Let's get going on this. Turn those to Mark 5 before I forget. This shouldn't have any water on it. The top row anyways. It should have already fed through the system, making this a lot easier. But yeah, it's alright though. Hey, school is a lot more important than this. My videos will still be there for you to catch up to. And then, like, anxiously watch as you see me do all my screw-ups. But I think about getting my degree so I can do this stuff in real life. Yeah, exactly. You can take my ideas. Oh no, I'm out of aluminum. And I need a lot more. Alright, we'll use that to mark where we missed. Let's check part 3. It looks like it's running quite smooth. Six, 37, 38. Alright, what about these? These look good. No more overflow. Still making me nervous. Didn't need all of it, but okay. Let's put some of it back in there. Okay, how about the fuel? How's the fuel looking? Should be running. Oh yeah, and I moved this guy over here. I think it's more fitting. Alright, I'm gonna turn this off. So that way we can prep this pipe. There we go. Seem to be flowing as strong as the other pipes. everything's hooked up correctly. I think I just gotta be patient, yeah. It does make me nervous because it's not sitting like the other pipes. It's got that. There we go. That makes me feel better. Now it's the same. You're shutting down too, huh? That's weird. You should be getting more than enough now. Now that that one's closed too. I hate it when pipes are not the same. It makes me think they don't flow right. Right now it's starting to flow a little better, it looks like. Yeah, there we go. There we go, that's what we want. Okay, there we go. It's gonna take a minute for it to fill up where we need it, but it's doing its thing. While that does that, let's... Yeah, they're not 100% yet. They'll get there. They'll get there. But they'll get to this point. See, this line on the top is getting a lot more smooth. It's not as bad. That one's working perfectly. It's always 50, 50, 50. This one was like that, so that makes me worried that there's still something wrong. Well, maybe not. Maybe it is just getting a little bit more full than it. Because again, I could always flood it. Yeah, it's reading 100% right now, but I'm looking at this, right? And I'm making sure that when it reaches empty, that it's at the same number or higher. And it's stopping at essentially 33 every time. And that's what I want to make sure. I would prefer it to look like this. This is what I would prefer. But if it's not at that, it's whatever. I could always turn it off and let it flood again, kind of like this guy is now. See, it was ending right at 33, and if it continues to end, see, now it's a little lower. Now it's not even reaching 33. That makes me nervous. That makes me a little worried. Do we have any pausing issues? We shouldn't. Everything looks like it's running fine. Everything looks like it's running real great. Yeah, it's continuous. It's non-stop. Non-stop flow. Nothing's pausing. All the canisters are out. There's no pausing on this end, so maybe I'm being paranoid. Maybe I'm rightfully worried. This is also a chance for me to delay as our aluminum goes back up. All right, see, now it's at 30, 29.30, 29.30. you sitting at? See, still sitting at 50. Okay, I think I'm just being paranoid. So, let's continue back on the last ones. I still might flood it just for my comfort. Okay. We were on the fourth one, but we weren't quite done with it. We kind of paused on one part. It was right here. Pink. Alright. What are we sitting at now? 238? That should be enough to at least finish this one. Okay, now we gotta fix these. We gotta make these right. So we can get rid of this top row. We don't need it anymore. I'm gonna go ahead so that way we don't have the same mistake as last time. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a Mark V. And that little bit right there, I see you trying to sneak by me. Okay, now we need splitter. Right there. Why do sometimes you sync but other times you don't, huh? Sync for me. Fine, screw you. It'll be easier this way anyways. Okay, now we break them. Okay. 6. Mark 5. 5. 5. Bam. Bam. Make sure these are Mark 5. Yep. Now we change the rest to Mark 5. There we go. That's all Mark 5. Alright. Now we hop to the other side. I'm going to go to the very end, do like we kind of did with the others, and cut these off. What about the lifts? I mean, it's not super necessary to change them, but I will. Could be what's screwing up the other side too, because I don't think I did the lifts on the other side too. Yeah, these ones. I don't know if I did the lifts on these ones too. Nope, I did. Okay. Yep, I did. Okay. Okay, so get rid of these. Okay, now change all these to Mark 5. Let me make sure. You know, this is, I wouldn't say more complicated than I thought, but more strenuous than I thought. I thought it'd be done a lot sooner than this. But hey, if the whole episode is just this, then the whole episode is just this. Nothing we can do about it, right? There we go. Pipe should start flowing. Nice. Pop these in here. There we go. Let that do its thing. And then we'll do just like the other one. 30 in 2 hours. Wow. Turn this off. It'll help fuel that pipe. Let's check these. Still sitting at 50. You sitting at 50 still? No, I'm going to turn you off because I want you sitting at 50 because it's making me nervous as heck. And you're no longer sitting at 50. Why are you no longer sitting at 50? Why do you vex me, game? Why do you make me nervous about that? Do I just have to come down here and check you every once in a while? I don't think you're pausing on the, could be just the stupid pipes. And what we can do is, because valves seem to help out a lot. So we stick a valve here. So we keep any fuel that came through here already in here. Where we want it. Yeah, see, look, that pipe is already filling up a lot. That could be our fix. Me likey valves. The bottom one is less a concern because it's only filling 2 of them. Is that yellow? Oh yeah, I turned it off. Duh. Valve here. Let's go ahead and do it to all of them. Yeah, when it came to my aluminum and having to deal with water byproduct going back into a water line to feed back into the same machine, I've really gained a respect for valves. That should keep the fuel in here. There shouldn't be any too much sloshing back and forth. It should keep it within the parameters of the fuel engines. You are no longer around 50, sir. In fact, you are way down. Do valves like all the way down? How bad is the sloshing? Is it sloshing super bad? Not at all. Sounds exciting. It kind of was. How much are you using blueprints with a build like this power plant? Absolutely zero. This was all built by hand. When it can't, for me personally, when it comes to big builds like this, I didn't want to use blueprints because this was still new to me. So I wanted to do it by scratch so that way I could learn everything every step of the way, and that way if anything messed up I can learn from it too, because I feel like from a blueprint, even if the blueprint is perfect and something messes up, I wouldn't know where to start. But building it piece by piece, I can at least maybe somewhat be able to what's the word I'm looking for? Diagnose Yeah, me and my homies all hate blueprints, yeah. Diagnose what the problem could be. And I think I'm just like paranoying myself. I don't think those last ones are always going to stay at completely full. I think there is going to be a minimum of where they're going to stay. So like that 28 that it's sitting at, it's probably going to always be at that 28. Just because the flow in that pipe won't always be filled, being the last pipe. Alright, that one's full. So, I mean, everything's green. That's yellow. Why are you yellow, sir? Is it the flow of fluids? There's just too much fluids. You're at 600. I hope it's not because of this. That would suck. I feel like it kind of is, though. I did back up some oil. I don't think it would help, but I wonder if I slapped a pump right here, it would force that liquid to go through more. Are they all like that right there? Like partial full? No, that one's full. But for some reason, this one is partially full. What if... and then it was curved? No, it wasn't curved. This is really gonna screw up the... Auto 2D. There we go. Yeah. So sometimes there's some glitchiness with the pipes. See, that one wasn't filling up all the way for some reason, causing backup. That was something I learned messing with the water for the aluminum too, is the pipes can be very glitchy and cause problems. So since I saw those go yellow, I know it was because, well, in looking at them, I know it was because of this, which that's just gonna take a minute to refurbish itself, I guess you could say. See, now it's going down. Why are you being weird? That's gonna take a second for it to flow through here. Now you're red. Fuel in this game is so annoying. And I did have these off for a good minute, so that could be causing it too. And I should probably just stop touching stuff. That's probably the big thing. If I stop touching stuff, it'll probably equalize like it should. You know what I mean? Let's just leave it alone. I think we can safely turn it back on, yeah. Yeah, because I touched the pipes, it's all going crazy. Just let it do its thing. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Let's work on the last rails. How much space do we have? Not a lot, but should be fine. Okay. One thing I will do, and this should help us out. Well, no, because I want that to flow. Okay. Okay, let's destroy all these. But yes, are you impressed? Are you not impressed? Are you not entertained that I did all of this with no blueprints? Are you laughing at me like a peasant, like I'm a peasant? What fool would not use blueprints? That's why you're having all the problems? Weak, feeble man. It's not that I'm weak and feeble, more that I'm stubborn. And for me, it's just a way to learn, like I said earlier. I'm just being dramatic. Because especially, like, and for, like, someone who's never beaten the game, right? Especially when I come to stuff I've never done. If I just grab a blueprint, I'm not learning anything. I'm just doing what someone else has done and copied it in my world. Like, my little build that I did, I thought all of myself. All on my little lonesome. And I haven't seen anyone built it the same. I've seen a lot of iterations, but I've never seen them all packed jam like I do. And I'm proud of what I made. It gives me trouble, but we have a mutual hate for each other. I should make a blueprint out of it? Yeah. I should. I could do a blueprint for each section. Make a video of how exactly I made it. Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship between us, you know? I love how it looks, I love how it functions. I hate all the trouble it gives me. And I'm sure the feeling is mutual. It loves that it was created. It hates how I keep messing with it. It just wants to be left alone. But I'm finicky, and I keep messing with it. Ooh, shoot. Nope, that's just how it's gonna be. Nope, not that one. It would be funny making a blueprint out of this, yeah, and then I start seeing it more often. Like, I should probably make a blueprint out of it, so that way when we go into, why is that one yellow? Why are you yellow? Squirrel. Are you just too much in there? Is that what's going on? So I can take some of you. There I go, touching stuff again. But anyways, when I do the rocket fuel, having a blueprint to speed by this part all the way up to the engines, so that way I can properly go to rocket fuel, which it might not be that way because the way rocket fuel is, it seems like the most efficient way to do rocket fuel is to using the heavy residue oil in 3 different patterns. and those 3 different patterns are gonna make everything weird. Okay, that side's good. We need to focus. Focus. Let's get back on track. You know, that's my thought process, because yeah, I'm really curious to see how much rocket fuel we can make. And again, pretty sure I said this on the last one, I might not use every single node or crude oil node for the rocket fuel. I might save one node. Ooh, we're out. We are out. We gotta take a break. Okay. Just looking at the lines, seeing them stutter. Sneaking up on y'all, making sure none of y'all are yellow. Don't need no yeller. Yeah. Better stay green. You have a confession to make. What? What confession must you make to me, sir? What good, positive confession do you have for me, Mateo? I showed a couple of these episodes to your GF and she said you are ADHD fine. Yeah, I've noticed many times where I'm like floating through the sky and I'm like, what is that? That's yellow. Oh, look, it's yellow. See? The steel episode? Yeah, I think I got distracted a lot. I think doing these fuel ones too, flying through the air, seeing something yellow, just catches my eye. And I mean, if these are yellow, it as long as it doesn't affect down there, I don't think it's that big of an issue. I don't know, it's just, there's so much going on. It's really hard to focus on one thing, especially when everything is working in tandem. So when one thing screws up, or I see something not working like it's supposed to, especially when I've already worked on it, you've never really noticed. Well, I think because you're right beside me, man. You're looking at things on my periphery to catch stuff too that I might not catch. But yeah, like everything works in such a tandem that if one thing's not working correctly, I'm gonna spot it. And I'm gonna want to fix it, especially if I've already worked on it. See, I think this line right here is running perfectly. Line 2. I have a feeling this one still has a little too much on it. And yeah. Luckily it's running fine too. I think you should, I don't think I should flood them all. I really don't. I don't know. I'm too nervous to. What we would have to do is make a save, right? Make a save. And then after that save, we could flood them, right? But then after we flood them, if it don't work, then, oh, this just hurts. This is, all right. You guys saw how everything else, right, was all nice and neat. New thought, I know, yeah. But you know how everything over here is nice and neat and organized and straight? Why are you yellow? Oh my god, my ADHD is attacking me again. Okay, everything over here is nice and neat and straight. This, to me, is spaghetti. This hurts my eyes. I don't like the way this looks. I want to fix it so bad. So bad. I hate it. It gets worse the further over here we go. Like, this one, perfect. One single thing, and even it's not perfect because it goes sideways. I want to... Soon. Soon, spaghetti. Soon. But yeah, see that first line? Like, it's flowing just right. This middle line, there's still some skipping. There's still some skipping on this line, too. There's no skipping on this line. And these two are giving me the most problems. Alright, I should have enough... to finish what we was doing. Enough aluminium, as they say across the waters. And maybe those buffers would help a lot better. I mean, I don't know. I really don't. I know a lot say that they're super useful, and maybe I should keep them in mind from now on, but it's just hard to. Alright, and then the one part we actually have to fix. Okay. Splitter. Connect. You never heard aluminium? That's what the Brits say. They just start adding letters to stuff to try to sound more fancy. When we all know they're just trying too hard. I'm gonna laugh if you're British. I don't think you are though. I'm pretty sure you're. We had a conversation before, and I don't think you were British. But if you are, that makes it even better. No. See, they start adding stuff. It's just aluminum. Aluminum. See, they added an I there at the end. Look, as two-time world champs, I think I'd know. You know? And why make it multiple? You know, aluminium, right? It's 5, right? Aluminum. 4. See? Why say lot word when less word does trick? Keep it simple, you know? Wait, hold on. You're Italian. Okay, so... Or not. In Italian, it's aluminio. I mean, I'm just being very American, you know? That's what's really going on. Can I get this to break when it has the least on it? That was probably the least it was gonna be. Excuse me, plant. Yeah, got that just in time. I mean, that's what we do, right? Be stubborn. Darn it. Darn it. There we go. There we go. Alright, that's all done. But yeah, I truly believe that some of these are messing up just because there's just a little too many. And like we just have too much fuel going down the pipe, which is causing it to run funny. That's running fine. That's staying with the upper 20s. That's dangerously low. I saw you pause. You're here for it? Good. I'm glad. You have paused on me. I hear one pausing. Is it the one next to me? Or are you still running pretty? Oh, the lines are still... Oh yeah, then this guy. This guy just got fixed, so turn you off. And we'll turn you off. That'll let it fill up faster. It's gonna take a minute for everything to... Put a little dose 4 in there. It'll take a minute for everything to fill up properly. This pipe is doing weird stuff. I'm going to fix it. There we go. Push that water through. And did I slap a valve on it? I did. Super slow, but that's fine. Are you turning off too? 'Cause I'll turn you off as well, especially if it helps it make it run faster. Or fill up faster. We're almost to max capacity, or max output. Oh, yep, see, this one's yellow. Didn't I turn you off though? Yeah, I turned you off. Okay. Should be able to turn you back on. One thing that I could do is send my save file to some of these bigger Satisfactory players. Tell them to check it out. Maybe they can spot what I'm doing wrong. Again, I don't think I'm doing anything major wrong. Ow. It could be literally because I have too much in these. That's exactly how much I need right there. 660. And if those things down there are all pumping out 660, then again, because everything's on kind of like a singular line, it could literally just be a time thing. Everything will sort itself out with time, and I just need to leave it alone. Everything has canisters in it. I know there are some people out there, their theory is to just flood it. Not quite ready to do that yet, but you know. just sitting at 0.3, 0.4, as long as it's filling that up, I swear if you shut off, couldn't be me. No, not at all. Not you, Mateo. I mean, it's not shutting off. And on top of that, this line is smoother too. Look at that. See, that's what we want right there. Ah, something's still being a butt. I mean, even if it sits at this the whole time, it wouldn't bother me. It just sucks the water physics on here the way they are. I wish they were different. I'm not going to say better because this does make you work for it. So I'm not going to say better because I don't think what they're doing is wrong. I just wish they were different. You know? But I think we're now... See, where are we getting shutoffs at? That's what I want to know. Where are we getting shutoffs at? There shouldn't be any shutoffs anywhere. We should be having completely straight line sitting at 49.25. But there's something somewhere shutting off. None of these. Yeah, I just want to make sure there's not like a pipe somewhere not working properly. Yeah, they're all blue. They're all working. Could that be at my colt? See, I just heard one start up. I just heard one shut down. Is that right below me? Where's that? It's none of these back ones. I don't think. I see you. I'll turn you off for a second. It's no biggie. It's okay. Turn you off for a second. Let you build up your fuel. Let's go make sure we have everything right down there. Yeah, you're far right. Yeah, I spotted it. Probably right as you spotted it. Let's see, let's see. I wonder if it's a pipe issue. Again, some of these pipes don't look like others. Anytime I see that, I feel like they're messed up. But they're their own, and they're this guy. This guy has more than enough coming in. You should be having no problem at all. I mean, that's not going to help it much. It just gives it a little bit of a better buffer. You really don't have sloshing. No, it's just continuous flow. think pipes are starting to fill up. Yeah, it's almost as if, but the thing is, I think because it's like they're in a singular line, like what I've been noticing, right, is this guy, right? He's exactly, you know, he's taking in two, and it takes two to empty out, right? But then over here, this guy's always at 100, and his fuel is sitting at a rough amount, causing him to sometimes stall, which it looks like it's worked itself out. Now stay with me. I already know where you're going with this, Mateo. Flood it. I could add more containers, because look, it's starting to oh, it's been pumping that fuel out, so that's good. Could we have accidentally have a Mark 1 somewhere? I doubt it. See that? See this? This is what I learned. That's wrong. That needs to be fixed. What I learned, you see how it's like that now, where it's really close to the end of the pipe? That's how it's supposed to be. I think you could benefit from filling all your belts with aforementioned canisters. No, but you see that what I just showed you? That, I hear, is a goof. Makes the pipes not work right. It should look like that. So if I have to do this with all of them, I will. And if I remember correctly, some parts of this, I made the pipe, right, all at once, and then put the splitters on them, which could have been the completely wrong way of doing it. So let's do this. See, this pipe is mostly right. But see how much faster they're filling up, and each of them has that little thing in the middle? See, you're wrong. Each of them should have that in there. Watch, now the flow rate coming out is going to be so much better. You look like you should be, but I'm going to fix you just in case. Straight. So that way I can make sure you are right. And you are. Okay. Yep. Yep, that actually makes it hard to see. Nope. We don't want to switch that to Mark II. I would start from the water production and go down the line to see what is not getting enough stuff and why. Yeah, I'm gonna fix these pipes first, because again, I learned the other day, when it's going in too deep like that on the splitters, it's wrong and it causes glitchy stuff to happen. So now that I fixed that on those ones down there, it might flow better. Yeah, see, all of these are correct. Now we should have better flow. Of course, it's gonna act all funny now because I kept fuel from getting in there. But let's power this down, and we'll power... Should be able to power him up. And then we'll power this one down. Pre-fill the pipes a bit. And then all of these ones are running correctly? Question mark? Yeah. let's check the pipes. Now, that pipe issue could have been just for the singular issue that I was having with the aluminum. But just in case, I'm going to fix it. See, now that's better. None of these should be wrong because I laid the splitters first and then the pipes. But of course, now that I broke a pipe giving rid of fuel, it's going to be all screwed up. But it's fine. We'll just turn these two off, let them build up, and then we'll check the pipe. I mean, it's similar to, like, you know, the rails when I had splitters or mergers and I break them and then rebuild them. Same thing. Build mode. It was auto 2D. But yeah, same issue. That's why I break the belt after I place the splitter. Like if I built the belt from there to there and then I put a splitter there, I always break the belt and reconnect them because sometimes this doesn't do what it's supposed to and cut it, making it work with it, and it just goes completely through it. So it's kind of like the same thing with the pipes. I'm essentially just going to break all of these and redo them. You look fine now. Whoosh goes the fuel. Whoosh. You seem fine. Was your streaming stuff not working, Dixie? I have a question for you, Dixie, because you helped me with this pipe issue, right? I'm having... Yeah, I remember that happened to me when I very first started streaming a long time ago. That's why I had a long break from when I first started streaming and now. But I have a question for you, Dixie. You helped me out with pipe issue that I had with the aluminum, right? Now, I've been seeing some weird pipe stuff with this too, which I think like this stuff will work itself out in a minute. But you showed me like kind of how this pipe is, right? How it's going further in. That was kind of messing stuff up. Is that gonna mess with the flow rate of just the normal pipe as well? Because that's kind of what I've been doing on the first two, is replacing them. Because there's just been... This should be working just fine. I should be producing 660 or however much fuel I need to run all of these. And it should be running fine, but it's just... Yes, it will? Okay, good. That's good to know. Because I think I know how I caused that too. Just like the rails. I built the whole pipeline and then I stuck the splitters. So... That's good to know. So I need to fix that. And then I'm sure things will run better. You have to press all pipes you place anything on? Okay. Yeah, because I've been getting very strange flow issues, and then I went to do something and I saw that, and I didn't know if that was just unique to the issue we were having yesterday, or if that's just all pipes in general. So that should fix flow problem with that one. And I know these ones, oh yeah, I placed these guys, so I need to fix these. Yeah, I built full length and splitters, then delete pipe in between and replace. Okay. Yeah. I do the same thing with belts, but I didn't know you had to do the same thing for pipes. Like these ones, I laid these guys first and then the pipe, so I know all the way through here it's fine. I do know I need to go back to turning these off so it can fill up some fuel. These ones should be good to turn back on. Yeah, see, now the pipes are nice and full. Nice and full. And they should stay nice and full forever. Because that's what I thought it was weird. Like, I should be able to prep these pipes, and with the amount that I'm producing, they should always stay full. But they weren't. It was like flow issues. Yeah, see, there we go. There we go. They're staying full now, just like they should. Maybe a little bit of rocking, but this is how it should be. Good. Okay, so that was the problem. See, I just fixed this one. No, I haven't. But see, I have not fixed this one, and this pipe is staying like this, which I thought was extremely weird. I was like, this pipe should be filling up super fast. And it's because those pipe fixings, they screwed everything up. Poor Red. He's gonna be so sad I don't have to fully what's the word I'm looking for? Flood it with is that one right? That one's right. Flood it with canisters. Ooh, there's one. See? Yeah. You're not supposed to be like that, sir. So that one snuck by me. There we go. Watch, now that pipe will start to fill up super fast. Or not. Call me a liar. There it goes. Well, now I know how I'm going to build my pipes from now on. I'm going to put whatever splitters I need, then the pipes. Or just like I do. Yeah, see, now it's filling up super fast. There we go. There we go. Let's go across the whole length of the pipe and make sure. Seems right, yeah. Uh, 8 auto 2D. There we go. Now everything should be flowing well. fixed all of these. They should be good. Yep, okay. Yeah, I even did a test where I ran 2 sections, 200-meter pipe and place water pump on each with a buffer at the end. Added junctions to one. Junction 1 took forever to fill up. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I've seen the way they work, how they're supposed to work. Like, if I shut one thing down, the pipe should fill up quick, but it was like, it wasn't even filling at all. So, yeah, all these pipes should be nice and full. There we go. Okay. See? Yeah, things are even starting to run better. Okay. Yeah, now we're almost getting to full power. Okay. Yeah, because I had stuff already working, and I was like, this line should be looking straighter and straighter, and it's not. And it's really bothering me, and it was like, canisters were not emptying when they should be emptying. Alright. All those should be good. Let's check all these. Good, good. God, that's so annoying. It's the little things, right? And because of this fix, like, I placed this valve here thinking that might fix whatever it was, just in case. But, I'm sure it's gonna help. But because I know I'm gonna forget to do this one. That one looks fine. It still wasn't helping at all. I was like, it's just... So, thanks again for the assist. You and Great Red have definitely both been extremely helpful. Oh, what? No. Get back here. Don't be screwing my stuff up by doing stuff like that. Link back into yourself like that, weirdo. Okay, now this should be flowing great. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's how it should have been. Ah, I'm gonna be a broken record for this for one more time. One more time. And you get to hear me say, look at that, that's how it should have been. Turn these off, let the pipes fill up a bit. Yeah, I bet you if we look at these, they're still sitting at 50. Yeah, look at that pipe. That pipe hasn't moved. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ah, finally, dead lines again. Didn't I turn you off? Yeah, you're turned off. Okay. While that's turned off, we'll go to this one and fix it. It's the last one that needs to be fixed. Sorry, Mateo. No flooding of the canisters. That was Mateo's plan, was to just flood it with canisters. That'll fix it. Yes, fuel power plant. I'm fixing buggy pipes right now that I just learned about, which will make it run a lot better. And when I'm done doing that, I'll show you the whole thing and how it functions. Just give me a minute. Auto 2D. because this is the last piece I have to do to make sure it's all working right. But this is a fuel power plant using diluted fuel. When I first made it, which it could, that whole issue I've been having. Jeez, my fingers were in the wrong spot. Darn it, I screwed up. Hold on, hold on. Okay. That could have been the whole issue. The whole belt thing that I had an issue with may not have been a big an issue, and it could have all been because of the pipes. But once I get these pipes fixed and make sure, yeah, there we go. Fueling amazingly. Eliminates one major issue. Yeah. You'll just watch another guy. No, Mateo, don't leave. Look, I promise. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a separate save. All right, and then we'll have a day of fun where we'll call it Mateo's Experiments, and we'll flood the lines with canisters, and we'll see what happens. We'll watch as everything falls apart. Okay, there we go. Flooding in. Good, good. Let's quadruple check these, make sure they're still good. I should be able to just look at the pipes. They're still running okay though. We have hop. It's probably the first one because I only turned 2 off and we had pipe disconnected for quite a while. And because we had pipe disconnected quite a while, because I screwed up my hotkeys, that it's probably more than what usually shutting off, starting to shut off. Yeah, see that one shut off too? I'll go ahead and shut it off too. And what we'll do while the pipes kind of prep, let me show off my fuel power plant to everybody. Straight line. Okay, straight line. Alright. I'm gonna look down so I don't ruin anything. And don't mind this. This is... I was replacing a ton of rails. So... actually what I could do, because I have this guy now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so fuel power plant. This fuel power plant is fueled by 3 crude oil nodes, 2 pure ones producing 600, and then 1 producing 300. Those 3 are going into 5 rows of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 rows of 10, creating heavy oil residue, which most of the, I think 7 of them are polymer resin, and then 2 of them are rubber, 1 of them's plastic, and that gives me a nice even number, which I believe was 660. Yep. And that 660 is, or it's producing 660 heavy residue, which flows over here, combining with packaged water to make packaged, distilled, diluted packaged fuel. And of course, 5 rows of 11. And then we continue on. And the diluted packaged fuel is getting unpackaged. What problems are you having? Are you just too much at once? No, you're fine. You're kind of working yourself out still. Okay. And then the diluted packaged fuel comes in, gets unpackaged, flows to a row of itself. So essentially, one row is all connected. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. Two of them are, or one of them is adjusted differently. I think that one's normal, and the rest are, well, let's see. Let's make it accurate. Yeah. They're all overclocked at 200%, producing 500 megawatts, except for one. And that one is just a normal 250. And then, since these unpackaged, the canisters flow all the way around here. And really, all of these are singular. Ooh, shoot. Ooh, shoot. Why didn't I float? Oh, yeah, because I don't have the power. Let's put the jetpack back on. There we go. We have water being created. Not created, but pumped into these packagers, taking those empty packagers and filling them with water. And that water flows all the way down here. All these beautiful water canisters flowing back in here, combining with the heavy residue oil to make that diluted fuel. And then all of our byproduct, which, please, dear God, I hate the way this looks. I want to fix it really badly. That'll be on another time. It just hurts my soul. Like, to me, this is spaghetti. Ugh, I hate it. I like the way everything looks over here. It looks nice. This looks terrible. Regardless, the plastic, polymer resin, and rubber get split up. The plastic and rubber get split up and sent down here to a train, and that train is taking the plastic and rubber back to my home base and then sinking the rest. And then the polymer resin is coming down here, up and around and behind here into these. And these are making even more plastic and rubber. And then all the excess plastic and rubber is being dumped in here. Yeah, and that's my fuel. How is my fuel looking, by the way? Nice and smooth. Yes. Smooth as butter. Smooth as the dead. We just gotta turn these last two on and we can actually finally see our maximum output that we're making. Turn this one on, and then these two. Wow, almost 50,000. Well, it's more like, because I'm producing about 3,000 from a coal power plant, or compacted coal power plant, and then I'm also getting a boost of 4,400, so I would say roughly 41 40,000 megawatts. 40,000 megawatts. Doesn't it look nice though? It just looks right. I've seen a lot of people do builds and they do them quite separate, you know? I essentially have 5 fuel power plants just working parallel to each other. Because each one... I can't get on this thing to save my life, jeez. Get up there, thank you. Okay. But yeah, it's basically 5 fuel power plants, diluted fuel power plants working in tandem, parallel to each other, because one line is one fuel power plant. Each one. And they can all work individually, so why is the consumption not even? I think the consumption's not even mainly because of our aluminum. Yeah, I hate how our consumption's not even, but I feel like that's just gonna have to be because of trains. And our part of our building over there is just not working correctly because of the way I have it set up, which I think I can figure out a way to fix that. It's just kind of overloading it. And another reason is because the aluminum plant, and I'll show you, once we started having little modular parts working against one another, which one's the closest? Which I don't know if you've gotten to see it yet. This guy, highlight marker. All right, let's go over there. It'll be the easiest way up. It's just the way I have some things set up, like one part of it needs, or 2 separate parts of it needs computers, right? And essentially one part needs 5 computers, while another one only needs 2. So what I decided to do, which may not have been the most logical idea, was it's like, okay, well, one needs 5, one needs 2. I'm just gonna make 7 and have a splitter there. The only problem is splitters split evenly. So it's 1 to 1. So one side will get kind of overloaded while the other side's getting underloaded. Oh, hello. You know, I can blow you up too. Ow. Oh, snap. Did that miss him? Oh, we'll find out. It did miss him. He's running away now. You don't like the booms. Okay, where were we? Getting distracted. Another thing that's gonna cause the lines to mess up. Why is it blue like that? It's not, it wasn't. Oh, I know why, because I have it marked. Okay. So, and I probably could figure it out, but I only need, like, I think it was like 220 coal, but I'm producing 480 to kind of compensate for the travel of the train. But because this is waiting on the train, this is going to be down. But then once the train comes and starts loading up, it's going to turn on again. But that's not the main issue. Like, it would still, I could still see dead time for quite a bit. Bye, train. Did he stop? No, he's still going. Or is that the train behind me? No, did he stop? Maybe he did. We're not going to get up there in time, though.
Have a productive day.
Oh, thank you, Ada. I'm trying. Things are becoming more productive. Oh, my back. Bye, train. I hope they come out. Okay, you know how they have like smooth pipeline that you can get from Fix It? I hope at some point they come out with smooth this, because those flashing every once in a while just sucks. Oh yeah, and then I got weird stuff like this. It works though. That's all that matters. Okay, the aluminum, which is not as hard as I thought it was but it was just logistically more complicated. So we have the bauxite coming in here, creating water and alumina solution. No, sorry, that's wrong. We have bauxite and water creating alumina solution. Now the alumina solution is coming in here, combining with coal to make aluminum scrap and water. That water is looping back around with the water that we're making into here. Kind of having somewhat of a closed loop. And then the alumina scrap is coming into these. I think it's 2 each. For the 3, creating ingots. 3 of these machines are creating aluminum casings, which I probably don't need this many. I haven't found a need for casings yet. Well, I haven't really. And then the rest are combining with copper to make alkylate aluminum sheets. Which this is literally just for making aluminum, which kind of sucks because a lot of the objective stuff needs aluminum, and this stuff is just kind of over here on its own. So the idea is to find a location that I can use or make aluminum and whatever else I need, which is probably going to be right over here, to make all the phase 4 objectives that I need. And then I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about that's kind of screwing up my perfect little lines. Ooh, that was a good one. What's in there? That blew up nothing. Is there anything? Oh, okay. Those don't like regenerate, do they? But yeah, so let's float over here. See, there's my coal generator with some batteries, which probably have been full for a while. But yeah, that train runs back and forth. I had a little trouble setting it up. Kind of embarrassing, honestly. I should have known better. I do want to figure out something for my little floaty platform here. I want to make it look like it's not floating and is actually supported by something. What's the upside of trains? Absolutely nothing. Like that area there, I could have just done really long rails going through there. Oh, this is gonna hurt. It's okay, it'll buff out. It'll buff out. A little time in the bed. That's the second time. Same way. Same way. I died last time from fuel running out and me not paying attention. It's because I didn't spend enough time on the track. I mean, I guess it's all preference too. I like the idea. I wanted to use trains more because I had never used them. It makes sense for the plastic to come down here because that's so long. Up here, I probably could have just done rails. It's not super long, but yeah, just walk it off. But honestly, there is no benefit besides train. There's really not. None at all. Train just moves a lot of items at once, and that's about it. Okay, how do I make you? I can't. Is there something in here I need to learn? See, drones would be cool. I think drones would have actually worked out better for that. Aluminum canisters, there they are. So I need to start making radio control units, which needs the casings. Okay. I can tell how all of this is just nuclear power. That's something I'm kind of not looking forward to. Because I know the nuclear power all runs into each other. And then also runs into this stuff. And the particle accelerator. Nuclear, that's your jam? Well, from the videos I see, it's gonna suck. Because, like, use the uranium and then you turn them into, like, one of these, and then, like, this one turns into this, and then you can use it to power this, and then you could also send them to the particle accelerator to turn them into petroleum, or the non-fissile. Yeah, it's just like you can make one super long line and make millions of power. And then I still have phase 9. Like, this is basically what I'm working on right now. Assembly director system and radio control unit. I don't know if I'll mess with batteries. Seems like a lot of work for nothing. Did you know that nuclear power plants are required to decently sustain a meteorite strike? Yes. Yes, I did. They gotta be, like, really... almost like a self-sustained bunker. Be able to take on strikes so that they can still last. But right now we're working on control systems, so radio control unit. Open codex. What are they made? Manufacturing. We need computers, crystal oscillators, and aluminum casing. Okay. But if we want to make canisters, where are they at? Right here. Advanced aluminum production. Well pressurizer. We can scan for water, crude oil, nitrogen gas, and we'll get empty fluid tank. I think I'm gonna do my whole sneaky fix-it thing. See if I can buy some radio control units. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Crawdaddy. And how about you, Krabby Patty? Ooh, fused modular frames. I might as well keep those because we're getting to a point where we need those. Oh, I need to link these too so I can empty those out. Alright. There goes my ADHD again. My undiagnosed. Sorry. Diagnosed. Per Mateo's girlfriend. Properly diagnosed, I should say. Okay. Oh, it's getting late. Getting tired. Can I make them? I can. How many? One? Sweet. I think I might need some turbo fuel too, so I can make... Let's go ahead and do this.
Fix-It never recalls a product. Every awesome item is guaranteed to work for its entire lifetime. Enjoy your purchase.
Thank you, Ada. Slap that in there, and then we need 200, 400, and 3,000. Okay. We can get the 200 and then the 400, but then we're gonna have to go grab the 3,000. I'm gonna slap these canisters up here so I can make more fuel. Not like I need more. This guy's almost full, and that's probably enough to yeah, guarantee to work until it won't anymore. Yeah, that's kind of what I got. It's kind of like military grade. People actually knew what military grade meant. Oh wait, I needed, darn it, you know, bought from the lowest bidder. Wire. We need 3,000 of this. We can get rid of this water too. 5,000, 2,000, 3,000. All right. See, I think a train would have been better to run it from all the way up there, all the way down here, and dropping it off. Because that would be longer travel time than the train bouncing back and forth. See, now, Teo, you're making me regret my choice of making a train up there. No, train was a good idea.
Reached. The resource well pressurizer and extractor can harvest nitrogen, crude oil, and water from underground wells. Nitrogen, being a gas, does not need pumps for pipeline transportation. Fix-It does not process most of your metrics, but I do. According to Fix-It predictions, you are exploiting this planet with unexpected efficiency. They did always struggle to see the true potential of things. Nothing about you is unexpected to me, and therefore you are performing exactly as expected.
Oh, thanks, Ada. Thanks. Alright, how do I make these? Oh. I just need aluminum ingots. Okay. Now, what about sulfur? I need 10 of them and 100 of those. Let's add that to the to-do list. And unlock rocket fuel. Because why not? There's fused modular frames. Oop, there's cooling systems. Okay, so 4. And you're gonna give me too much, but that's fine. I can store the rest. Bye. There we go. I'm optimistically scared to see the kind of jump Why am I in here? What could we do in here? Miner Mark III, that would be nice. God, nuclear power, that's just scary. Scary. But if I do this right, what I've seen is I won't need nuclear power. Talk to me, Ada.
Rocket fuel unlocked. Pioneers will be able to use rocket fuel in the fuel generator and any vehicle that uses fuel, including the jetpack, with appropriate results. Warning: mixing rocket fuel into coffee does not enhance its energizing effect.
Are you sure? I don't know, Ada. I think you're wrong about that one. I know a lot of Marines that would disagree with you. A lot of Marines who would totally mix them. Just trying to get rid of some stuff that I don't think I need right now. Okay, and then the rest I can... Oh, well, that. Okay. And then I have 7. Can I do one more upgrade? No, I need 13. Darn. I could care about upload speed. I think stack speed is more important. Not stack speed, stack increase. Because I haven't done anything that needs thousands upon thousands of them, but they have needed enough. Okay, what was I doing again? I need to run some stuff through here. Okay. So, this, all of these, this, that. And the only one I don't have a storage for is crystal oscillators. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's true. Well, there goes that. Okay, we have a lot more things we can scan, right? Nitrogen gas? What nitrogen gas are nearby? Again, I think I've exhausted what I can do in this area. Except right here. I could make more stuff and trail it back home. But it's almost unnecessary. Ooh, there's nitrogen gas there. Yeah, we knew about that one. Okay. A normal and a pure. Neat. See, I need to start clearing this area so I can start making my rocket fuel. But yeah, I think I've done everything I possibly can right here with what I have. I mean, I could probably do a little bit more, especially in the beginner area. I could redo those drills, redo the belts, and probably get a little bit more out of them, like making ammo for this guy. But I don't know, I just have no need to. I think the next best step is possibly getting that rocket fuel going. Oh, that completely missed. That way I can use some of the resources over there to make How did you survive? Yeah. Okay. I can use some of the resources over there to make ammo. I can use some of the resources over there to make other stuff. But essentially I need a bunch of stuff close together to actually work correctly, and the only way to do that is using what seems to be known as the most fuel heavy. Did I get him? Did I get you? Yeah, I got you. The most fuel heavy area. Oh yeah, and then this is making steel pipes up here with the sulfur to make all of my explosives. Yeah, because I could make some of the parts. Let's see, what can we do in the blender? Do rocket fuel, cooling systems. Well, I can't do that yet. Fused modular frames. But see, I need heavy modular frames, and then I also need the aluminum casing and what is that? Nitrogen gas? I'm hoping there's an area near the blue crater that I can make heavy modulator frames, and I can make aluminum casings, and we already saw nitrogen gas down there, so that way I can make fused modular frames there, and then also make heat sinks down there with more aluminum and some copper. Ow. Yeah, take that, you rat. So that's my hope. Oh, I don't have any more. Let me just pull some out of my dimensional pocket. That's my hope. I'm hoping that I can get all the resources I need at the blue crater. Or at least near it. Close enough to where I can run a rail to it. That way I can create everything I need in phase 4 in one location. Basically make a secondary base. You know? I'm gonna have to clear all of this out or build above it. I don't know if I can cut these down. There's gonna be a lot that we gotta learn. A whole lot. But let's see. Crude oil. There should be crude oil all over the place here. Oh my goodness, look at all that crude oil. Impure, normal, bunch of temps, normal, pure, pure, pure. Okay, bunch of crude oil. This isn't even the center. Let's get to the center. I think this guy's the center. What is this? A geyser? Oh, a geyser. I could put one of them things on it. Okay. Nitrogen gas. I think we already saw one. Okay, there's normal and pure down here. There's also one way up here that we can use. And one up here. Wow, all pure. But if we needed to, we could use all three of these. Okay. And then... Oh, hold it down, dummy. What about bauxite? That's pretty important. Oh, there's some bauxite up here. Impure. Hopefully at least one pure. Normal. Bunch of temp. Why is that yellow? Temp. Pure. Impure. Impure. Okay. Should be able to use the normal and impure. I mean, it's equal to one pure. Either rail it or train it. It's not as far as it makes it look. Alright, what else do we need? Sulfur and coal. Alright, Mateo, good luck on studying, man. Oh, yeah, there's tons of sulfur over here. Pure, impure, and normal. I built off the side into the void. I used ramps to find the lowest spot. And that was all my gens down low. I built it to have gravity pull all the fluids down. That makes sense. Yeah, building off into the void makes sense. But we had sulfur over here. And then coal. Do we have any coal? I'm sure we do. Oh, look at that. Sulfur and coal right next to each other, and there's a ton of it. Holy crap, there's a lot of coal. Okay. Okay. So, aluminum, coal, sulfur, nitrogen gas, water. We have water all under us. Quartz. Quartz for the oscillator things. Is that quartz to the left, the closest quartz? Oh, it is. Okay, that's fine. There's a ton over there. So we can feed it this way. I mean, it's closer to here than it is our base. Alright. What about iron and copper? I mean, we're going to need about a little bit of everything, it seems like. So iron and copper. Plenty of copper. Okay. What was it? 2 normals and an impure. Hopefully I only need a normal. What about iron? Oh yeah, okay. Iron's good. Yeah, we need essentially almost every piece except for maybe limestone. Limestone's like the only one we don't need. What about Caterium? Caterium could be a good substitute for some of the copper. It's up here. It's not too far. Alright, well, this will be a good place to essentially do what we need to make some of the parts. We'll see, but we'll find out and we'll plan it on a longer day, like tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. If y'all are just joining in, it looks like we lost a lot of people because it's pretty late. But if you stuck around this long and you haven't subscribed and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Tomorrow you'll probably be seeing me and LGK. We're gonna play some Peak. Should be super fun. Not sure which one we're going to do first. I'm either going to do Satisfactory early in the day and then Peak later in the day, or vice versa. But it should be fun. We bounce off of each other really well, and she's pretty good at the YouTube thing. I think I've slowly convinced her to start her own. because I think she's a natural at it more than me. I mean, I don't even think I'm a natural. I just enjoy video games, so why not do something with it? But it's late. I gotta go. If you want to see more, subscribe. Watch my other stuff too. If you like Subnautica, go watch that video. Go watch those videos on your free time. They're great. I love Subnautica too. But I'm gonna kind of work out what I'm gonna do here in my brain. Is that a purple one? It is. And we'll figure out what we can do. We gotta clear out this whole area though. I might do something crazy and just lay a ton of nobelisks and we can just sit here and watch it all go boom. But alright guys, I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for coming out. And hope to see you again. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye. Bye.